Hello everyone, it's Charlton, and I just saw the story about the father of one of the victims from the Sandy Hook Elementary school shooting. Back in 2012, Jeremy Richman has reports that he committed suicide. Earlier this morning, Monday morning, there was a call placed to the authorities to report a suicide. So somebody must have discovered him, I'm assuming. And police responded to, I think it's the Edmond Town Hall, where he has an office. I believe the charity that he had set up in the name of his daughter, who was killed during Sandy Hook, he ran it out of that office, as I understand it. So the manner in which he was found dead, or how he killed himself, how he committed suicide, is not known, has not been revealed yet. It's so soon, and it's just so shocking that this is the third suicide in just over a week of family members or survivors of two different school shootings. Two from the Parkland shooting. For Saturday evening, a high school sophomore from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School committed suicide. We don't know the manner in which he committed suicide. We don't know his identity either. But that was the second after, and he was a sophomore, so he was a freshman when the shooting took place. February 14th. It was Valentine's Day, 2018 or 2017. 2018, I believe. It was 2018, excuse me, and Sandy Hook was 2012. But just less than a week prior to that, on Sunday, Sydney Avielle, who was a senior at Marjorie Stoneman during the shooting and survived the shooting, and who had very close friends who had died in the incident, excuse me, in the shooting. She committed suicide, and it was reported. They did reveal how she had was a gunshot wound to the head, which it's just it is. I was terribly surprised to learn that somebody who was a survivor of a school shooting, who was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and who her parents said she had severe survivor's guilt, that would be the manner in which she committed suicide. There was no other information other than that, in terms of where she got the gun and stuff like that, and there's just no reporting on it. But it was shocking. So, but now three suicides in just over a week. It's absolutely startling. It's hard to understand how that's even possible. Obviously, that's not to suggest anything. It's just, the mental anguish. I don't know if this is in reaction to each other or what. I mean, it's really awful. So Jerry Richman, who is survived by two other kids that he and his wife had after, years after the Sandy Hook shooting, and his wife, Jennifer, so they have two other kids too still. So there he is. That's Jeremy Richman with his wife Jennifer and their 6-year-old daughter, who was killed at the Sandy Hook shooting, Sandy Hook Elementary shooting. Pictured. So I'm not super familiar with Sandy Hook. I wasn't making videos on YouTube when that happened, and but in case you're many people who are familiar with Sandy Hook know Jeremy Richman. He's one of the parents that are plaintiffs against Alex Jones, and I think two different lawsuits in Connecticut, and there's also one, or there's one in Connecticut and one in Texas. But he is a group of parents that are suing him, and actually, I think they've been making progress. The plaintiffs, the parents of the victims of Sandy Hook, again in their lawsuit against defamation lawsuit, I believe, against Alex Jones, had been progressing, and the judge had ruled in their favor on a number of things. One of which was that, you know, the judge refused to delay the proceedings. It says last week, Judge Barbara Bellis denied Jones's lawyer's request for a delay in handing over records to the plaintiffs, and Jones was ordered to provide sworn testimony on the case. Bellis, the judge, is allowing the plaintiffs' lawyers to depose Jones and other defendants for a total of 19 hours. So, but Jeremy Richman, with heavy hearts and profound sorrows, he said. So this is actually Alex Jones, I think, reacting to it. Norm Pattis, the attorney now representing Alex Jones in the Connecticut case, put out a statement Monday afternoon on behalf of Alex Jones, commenting on the suicide of Jeremy Richman. And he is one of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit against him. Quote, "We note the tragic passing of Jeremy Richman with heavy hearts and profound sorrow," he said. "Mr. Jones sends his condolences to Mr. Richman's family and wishes only for peace." Pattis added that Mr. Jones remains resolute in his defense of the underlying claims and will defend the lawsuit on its merits. So, you know, and there is the defamation lawsuits in Connecticut are separate from two lawsuits filed against Jones in Texas by parents of first graders who were slain in the shooting. So there's other lawsuits as well. So, but that's just some photos of Jeremy Richman and his wife, and there's a couple, and Avielle. So, and here's the rest of the video. It's obviously a terrible shame. He had given up his job. He was working for, I believe, Boehringer Ingelheim is a pharmaceutical company. I'm not sure what he did there, and I don't know what kind of living he made there. But he retired from that and was working full time as a mental health advocate, or to combat violence prevention was the purpose of the charity. I assume that includes gun violence. So, but I don't know how that, because he was described as a mental health advocate. I don't know if those two things are I don't know. It's not clear to me. So, but Jeremy Richman was found this morning at 7 a.m. and he committed suicide. The father of Avielle Richman is his daughter, who I believe was 6 years old, from the Sandy Hook Elementary shooting back in 2012. And that is the story there, man. That is the story there. All right, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below, and I will see you in the next video. Later, man.